I'm tripping. Feeling like feelings are different this time around. Get me to listen while I'm down. Then I come up, not if
Hello and welcome, I'm Lucian, and today I'm going to be going through my track Wow featuring Stevan. This track has quite a long and rich history that I'll try and breeze through as concisely as possible. So, originally, many moons ago, Rosie and I were making a track for Cookie called I Hate Myself and I Love It, and it went a little bit like this. So in the end, we thought that was a little bit too dark and gritty for Cookie, so we kind of abandoned the idea. Some time passes and we figure we'll try and make a new beat for the same vocals. That beat ended up being Wow. The vocals from I Hate Myself and I Love It didn't end up suiting the beat, so I just hung on to this beat for probably another year until the session with Stevan, and then it pretty much became the song that it is today. Stevan and I recorded this song with the intention of it being on his mixtape, but it just never happened, and one day I'll forgive him for that. So, instrumentally, there's really not much happening, and I kind of love that. I feel like in all these videos I kind of keep saying that there's not much going on in the instrumental, so I don't know if it's worth mentioning, but there's really just drums, bass, a lead synth at one point, and Stevan's guitar. Most of the percussive elements are actually all just reinterpretations and affected versions of this really simple kick pattern that I've got here on the Verse Lab. I'll play it for you. So the pattern just consists of like a subby nondescript kick, and it's two different samples of a suitcase. Now with this audio, I basically just made a couple layers of it being affected with different delays and really short reverbs to give it a different timbre, and they pretty much make up the groove of the whole song just with this really simple pattern. I'll play the layers now. So this layer is basically like a completely wet reverb signal with a whole bunch of sidechains. So it's like the kick sidechaining the reverb kick. Similarly to this other heavily delayed layer as well. And all together. The only other percussive elements in this beat are some subtle snaps and grunts, and there's really not much else to it. I'll play the full drum arrangement now. So when I made the original for this beat, was listening to a lot of young fathers at the time, and not ashamed that I basically completely ripped off their sound on this beat. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, and that's life, I suppose. So other than the drums, we got this bass part that's just in classic Lucian fashion, just like a filtered saw wave. It goes a bit like this. And this lead synth that comes in halfway through the verse just to kill some time, basically, keep things interesting.
breathe for you, I see for you, see you acting dumb, not a fool. Yeah, so what you gonna do? Yeah, what you gonna do? I ain't playing no more, I ain't saying.
Now, Stevan played the guitar on this, so I can't really speak much on that other than the fact that, you know, it's just like super heavily sidechained and kind of deep fried with a whole plethora of choruses and phases and whatnot. Was kind of just fighting my way through the effects while I was doing it, but the end result is pretty fun. So that's basically it for the whole track, except for the outro. At some point during the session, I don't know how, this YouTube video called "Oh My God, Wow" got brought up, which we thought was hilarious. So figured it was only right to include it in the song.
Oh my God! Wow!
Really think it adds a lot to the energy of the track, and it wouldn't be the same without it. And lastly, that synth in the very, very tail end of the track is actually the only feature that's been left over from the original Cookie idea of "I Hate Myself and I Love It." Probably more of a little Easter egg than anything else, or nod to the original. So yeah, thought we'd keep it in. Well, yes, that has been Wow featuring Stevan. Hope you enjoyed this. Goodbye.